heartfelt namaste. I, Anuradha Sharda, would like to thank all of you for watching my videos, for writing in your comments and your suggestions. Today, we are going to make a video on Prashna. Prashna is a topic that is much loved, but there are certain things and there are certain rules that we must all follow, and I make it a mandatory point to explain those rules every time I make or work on Prashna, because Prashna is an extremely important uh, part of astrology. A Prashna never lies. So while asking a question, one needs to be very, very positive in your mind, and when one has given a question, one must be able to accept the outcome also. Another thing that we need to understand is the Prashna is limited for a time period. So at least for the next 6 months, we should not be asking the same Prashna time and again, because whether you want to believe me or not, we will get the same answer. So best not to push anything to a certain extent. Now let us move on to the Prashna. Few days ago, I had somebody asking whether the marriage that was going to take place in their family will be taking place, and if yes, how would the marriage take place. So I did end up making the Prashna for that marriage, and as we are here to see the Prashna on marriage, as the Prashna chart was formed, the Lagna was Capricorn Lagna, which is a sign that does not talk much, but it is ambitious and it will definitely go to fulfill its work. The Lagna Lord Saturn, which is a planet which shows deep but strong convictions, is sitting in that house itself, on the Lagna itself, with Jupiter, which is the 12th lord and the third lord for this Lagna, and also is debilitated. However, this Jupiter is strong and Digbali because it is on the Lagnas. And Jupiter is also the Karak of religious ceremonies. So it would definitely give a long religious ceremony. That is without fail that the marriage will happen. Now let us look at the now let us understand about the seventh lord. The seventh lord here is Moon. The Moon is placed in the fourth house, which is Aries, and it is between two malefics. That is, there is a Pap Kartari in association. One on the left, that is for Moon, Mars, which is the lord of the fourth house, is in the third house, and moving towards Moon, and Rahu, which is in the fifth house in Taurus, is also moving towards Moon. Now the third house, fourth lord is in the third house. That means the marriage will take place away from home, and as the seventh lord of union or marriage is between two malefics, it would be a very trying marriage. However, Moon is Digbali because Moon gets directional strength in the fourth house. Moon is happy in the fourth house, represents the fourth house of the natural zodiac. So the marriage will definitely take place. The marriage will take place because of the sheer will of the people involved. When we talk about aspects on the Moon or the seventh lord, Venus and Mercury, two benefics. Venus owns the fifth house and the 10th house, becomes the Yog Karaka planet for Capricorn. It is also posited in its own house in the 10th house, that is Libra, and Mercury, which is the lord of the 8th house of changes, and the ninth house and the sixth house. Sixth house is obstacles, sixth house is expenses, and or one is wanting to spend some things, and Mercury is also the lord of the ninth house of religious ceremonies. So this both these planets aspect the Moon, so we can very safely say that this marriage will take place. Now Moon, Jupiter is the lord of the 12th house, so yes, there will be a lot of expenditure, but but when it is with Saturn, which is also the second lord, so we can also say that the expenditure could go waste, because Jupiter also represents money. As an 11th lord, it could mean wastage or charity. on account of certain security issues, they, though they had done a lot of bookings and they had spent a lot of money, but those very payments had to go waste because they could not invite many people. So we see wastage also happening. Now, these people, we can say, safely say, we could have asked, or later on I did ask, that whether they met in course of their work, because Venus, because Mercury is the union, the ninth lord of marriage, legality of marriage, and Venus is the 10th lord, which is showing work. So this question was asked and they replied in affirmative that the couple did work together and wanted to get married, converting their friendship. Mercury, Venus is also about friendship, strong friendships. So they converted their friendship into marriage. Now, when we're talking about the Papkarkari, how does that reflect? The moon, that is the seventh lord, uh, though in very trying circumstances, this entire thing just happened because of their mm, uh, just the sheer will of the people involved in this marriage. Otherwise, there was pressure from the mother, there was pressure from relatives and friends also. And Rahu, which is in the fifth house of love and affection, and aspects the Lagna or the Jupiter, and is so there could have been an intercaste marriage, a marriage which is not, or a love between two people who do not belong to the same section of the society or same caste. Moreover, moon represents mother, so the mother of the on either sides of in the marriage could have been under a lot of stress regarding the marriage. On a quick glance on the D9 of the marriage, I did happen to see that on the seventh house there is Mars and Venus together. Mars and Venus in the seventh house, yes, there could be problems, there could be separations, but there could be insane amount of attraction for each other, and it's also with the ninth lord Jupiter. So under the guidance of Jupiter, under the proper guidance, these people could have found strong love and could have had a very strong bonding, which definitely was the case. So we can say that the Prashna is very strong. The marriage did take place after 2 days. It did take place in a lot of severity and a very private, close circles of not even very very close relatives around because of certain security issues. So all the things that was seen in the Prashna actually turned out to be true. I repeat, without much ado, I would always say that the Prashna is very strong, and when we take a Prashna, a positive frame of mind is something that we must always have to get a very good answer or something that the nature is trying to convey to us. Till we meet with you again.